Lexington officials believe this new software program called Fusus could help them solve more crimes more quickly.
We would like to just know you have a camera in the area.
As Commander Matthew Greathouse says, they just need the community's participation for it to really work.
It's good for us to have that ability to go directly to you and also reach out to you electronically to see if you've had any video that may be related to a criminal incident that you wish to share.
Now, police are actually asking people and business owners to either register their security cameras or to completely integrate their cameras into their new software system.
Registration does not share live video. That is something the police department would reach out to that community member and ask if you happen to receive something. If they didn't get anything, we won't get a response back.
But if someone with a registered camera did find something they think is helpful, they could download it and send it to the department.
The integration, which allows the police department to look at cameras live and then a couple of days worth of recording. There is policy set in place. We're not looking into your camera system unless there's a call for service in your area. So nobody's just randomly searching through cameras or looking at traffic cameras or anything like that unless there's an active public safety response.
Fusus combines private security camera footage with flock camera technology. The flock cameras have been controversial, with many worried they were primarily placed in neighborhoods predominantly made up of people of color. But Mayor Linda Gorton cites their success as the reason to expand the technology further.
Technology is the future, some say. It's here now.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.